Welcome back to PyAI Hub. So far we have joined different tables together, but sometimes we need to join a table with itself. This is called a self-join. Today we will understand this concept using simple example. Okay. First of all, we need to create a example table. Okay. So before that, our usual things. And now we create an employees table with the manager relationship. Okay, so let's create table employees, and then employee ID which is integer, then name which is text, then we need manager ID which is also integer. Okay, then run. So the table is created with three values: employee ID, name and manager ID. So our next step, that is to insert data. So let's insert into employees, then let's add values, add some values like 1, we can call it as Arun, and the other value is null. Then let's add 2, Meera, and then value 1, the manager ID, and we add 3, Ravi, and the manager ID is 1 itself. Then let's add another value which is 4, that is Sarah, with manager ID 2. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 1, 2 and null values for manager IDs. Okay, so you can see that here. Now let's run it, and each column has a manager ID. Okay, so let's show table. Now let's show table. So there are this much tables we have. Now we are working with employees table. So the manager ID refers to another employee in the same table. Okay, so each manager ID has employee. So let's select staff from employees. So we get 1 Arun, 2 Meera, 3 Ravi and Sarah. As I said, each employee has a manager ID. Okay, so Arun has null, he don't have a manager ID. That doesn't mean the value is there is no value, but it means the value is missing or the value is unknown. Okay, so null is not empty, it's missing or unknown. Okay, so this manager ID refers to another employee in the same table. Okay, so here Meera 1, Ravi 1 and Sarah 2. So you can see it here. And this table contains both employees and their manager IDs in the same tables. Okay, so that are two primary keys actually. And then we are going to self-join the query. Okay, so to self-join it, you can just wrote like select e.name, that is employee, as employee name, then m.name, that is manager, as manager name from employee E. Okay, so you can see here the from I use E from employee E, and we left join it, and then employees M on e dot manager id that is equal to m dot employee id. So what happened here? Here we are using the employee table with itself. Like we use aliases like E represents employees and M represents managers. The employee ID, the manager ID from one row matches the employee ID of another row. Okay, so the manager ID and the employer ID, we have both. So what happened here? We use aliases here and E represent here. We know the E dot name represent the employees, okay, and M dot name represent the managers, and the manager ID from one row matches the employee ID of the another row. So we have managers and employers. Here you can see Arun, it's 1. He is in manager ID, also in employee ID, which is matching. So Meera and Arun. Then you can see Ravi and Arun. So Arun is the first one, okay, and Sarah, Meera, Arun, null. Okay, so to be clear, so here every person has a employee ID and a manager ID, okay, and Meera and Ravi have both manager ID as 1, okay. So Meera, here Ravi, their manager ID is 1, okay, you can see it here, right? Now, so the person who has employee ID 1, the computer looks for the person who has employee ID as 1. Okay, so here Arun has the employee ID 1 and Meera and Devi has the manager ID 1. So this matches with Arun and their Meera's and Devi's manager is Arun. Okay, so the result will be Meera Arun and Ravi Arun. You understand? Meera and Devi has the manager ID 1. Okay, so they need to match it with the employee ID 1, and here our employee ID 1 has the name as Arun and they matched. Okay, then what about Sarah? Sarah has employee manager ID as 2. Okay, so who do Sarah match with then? Okay, yes, you are right. Sarah matched with Meera. Okay, Meera has the employee ID 2. Okay, so when Sarah has manager ID 2, the computer looks for the person who has employee ID 2. The person is Meera and the result will be Sarah and Meera. Okay, like this. Then it comes to Arun. Here Arun has no manager ID, so there is none to find because it has no ID, it's null. And there is no number to look up. Because of the left join, the computer keeps Arun on the list but leaves his manager's name blank and the result will be Arun and null. Here we are using left join, because of that this happened. And why the code look like that? Okay, so from employees E, this is your main list of employees. So employees E, that's your main list of employees. So these people are your employees. Okay, and then the left join employees M. Okay, this is a copy of the same list that used to find managers. What happened here? While we use left join M, that is a copy of same list used to find managers. So we need to find manager, so we made a copy and we are using that to find our employees. Okay, and on e.manager id that is equal to m.employee id. This code, okay, this query. So in this query, we can see that this is the rule. It says take the manager ID number from the first list and find the person with the same ID in the second list. Okay, does it make sense now? That Arun is a manager for Meera and Devi because of his ID is 1. Okay, and one more thing. In this code, the left join act as don't delete anyone. Okay, we know how left join work. Okay, normally when you join two lists, the computer only show people who have a perfect match. But in your company, Arun is at the top and has no manager. His manager ID is null. Okay, so the left side E, this is your main list of every single employee that are Meera, Devi, Sarah and Arun. The right side M, this is where computer looks for the manager's name. And the rule, the left join tells the computer keep every single person from the left side even if you can't find a matching manager for them on the right side. Okay, so it is following that rule without deleting any matches. Okay, so keeping every single person from the left side even if you can't find matches. Okay, and why it matters for our output. Okay, for Meera and Devi and Sarah, the computer finds a match Arun and Meera, so it fits in their name. Okay, Meera and Devi, it's Arun, and for Sarah, it's Meera. And for Arun, the computer looks for a manager but finds nothing. So because of the left join, the computer says, I will keep Arun on the list, but since I can't find his manager, I will just put null next to his name. Okay. So if you didn't use the word left, Arun would have been deleted from the list because he doesn't have a manager to match with. Okay. So that's what happened here. So now you understand that, right? If you do this without left, will there be Arun? No, the null value is deleted. Because we used left join, the null value placed at the end itself without deleting it from the row, I mean the table. And that's what happened. For example, Meera has manager ID 1. So SQL finds employee ID 1 and shows Arun as the manager. So here Meera has a ID. Okay, it's not Meera's ID, it's the manager of Meera's number. Okay, that's what we are looking for. And it shows Arun as the manager. So self-join is used when tables contain relationships with itself. Okay, so it is the left join. What does the left join done? The tables are joined together. The same tables are joined together. That's what happened. And we used e.name as employee name and m.name as manager name here. So do you know which is the left join here? Left join will be it will be name and employer name. This is our left join, and that's what happened here. As a recap, in this lesson we have learned what a left join is, how to use the tables aliases, and how to connect rows with each table. So now we understand why self join is important and how it is used in real life. Okay, so we will really do another lesson based on it if you didn't get the concept. Okay, if you didn't understand it, just mention that in comment. It will be helpful for me to understand you got it or not. Okay, and there will be quiz in the learn more option when you swipe under this video. Okay, so if you want to go through some MCQ questions, just go through that. It will help you to understand the content also. Okay. In the next lesson, we will explore case statements, which allows us to add logic inside SQL queries. Okay. So that's all for today. And yeah, self-join is important. The queries are short, but it's too important. Okay. See you. Bye.